Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hi there, and this is G Forever, and today we got something special.
And mysterious.
It looks like a SH MonsterArts King Ghidorah 1964, but...
Yeah, it looks like it's being sold by some mysterious third party, like on eBay, being sold on eBay and also in China.
Yep.
But yeah, it looks good. I mean, it looks like the real thing. It looks like, in every way, it looks like this is something that SH MonsterArts made.
Yeah, and doesn't fall apart. You don't need extra stands. It looks great. So as you see, lots of articulation. You can move almost every joint on the neck. The mouths move. You even have tongue articulation.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's still out there being sold. They said it first appeared about 4 months ago.
Yep.
And but still out there. I would have thought that as an unofficial item, it would have gotten shut down.
Yeah. So I mean, it's very fluid. The tail moves very well.
Yeah.
So you can reenact a lot of, destroy all monsters or fighting Rodin and stuff. You can do a lot of stuff. Even the wings are cool. Like you have a little of that squeaky sound, but you can like get a lot of poses with the wings. They're not really heavy, so they do. You don't need extra stands, which I love.
Yeah, it doesn't fall over.
Yeah, it doesn't fall over. You can bend the wings back. Let me bring it around. So the wings can go up, a little sideways, go flat a little bit, and you can just bring it all the way up if you wanted to.
Yep.
So there's a little squeak, but you have a lot of articulation even though the wings are one piece. So you can really get a lot of good poses with this figure.
Yeah, it's a good looking wing too.
Yeah.
So is it lighter? So how's it compared to like the... Well, we'll see. I'm curious. We'll wait and see. But I'm curious how it compares to other SH MonsterArts Ghidorah wings.
Yeah.
But it looks good. Yeah.
It looks very good. I think they have a good shading for the paint job. Yeah. I think the wing is pretty good looking.
Yeah.
He reminds this shade of paint actually reminds me a lot like the early Bandai King Ghidorah, not the gold version, but like the just like the yellow version or the memorial box version. But I think my only complaint is I wish this was painted in a more brighter gold.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. It looks like pretty much the same dull paint.
Yep.
That they put on the 2019 SH MonsterArts
Correct.
Ghidorah.
So in a moment we'll take a comparison with the 2019, but it uses the exact same paint scheme for the tongue, the eyes, the toes, the wings.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, I don't mind it too much, but it's definitely not my first choice.
Yeah, and I think another complaint for me would be that they should have made the fur on the neck like a little darker. But again, this is a third party, not knowing. They probably don't even know who this character is.
Well, somebody,
somebody must have loved King Ghidorah enough to put this out there, because there's no official product as of 2019, December of 2019, very close to January 1st of 2020. Tamashii Nations has not announced this figure as an official version, so we never know if this will ever see the day of light for an official release. But for what you're getting, I think you can find this on eBay for about $80.
And this looks like it's an actual official stand.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't have the special color King Ghidorah, but this came out, it looks like 2015. It has the Bandai logo.
Okay, can you hold it up a little?
Yep. Bandai, made in China. It has like a little number. It has like the copyright information. 1991, which is the Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah 1991.
So it looks like somebody got a hold of the factory.
Yeah.
Like maybe the factory workers just sort of decided to make some and sell them themselves.
Yeah, I mean this is pretty legit. Like it's pretty good quality. The logo is perfect. There's no, I don't have the original, so I can't compare the special color King Ghidorah with this one, but it looks pretty legit. There's not many flying King Ghidorah figures out there, so it's pretty cool to have this stand. And even if you don't have the if you didn't get the special color version, but you had the original King Ghidorah release, like what I have for the 91, you can kind of steal this guy's stand and use it to pose some flying scenes.
Oh yeah, looking good.
Yep. So let me just kind of rest him on there. Get the necks on. So
yeah, this is a nice way to display him.
Yeah, so you can get King Ghidorah kind of flying over, just like the movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Sorry, so I'm gonna spin him around on the stand. So look at that, it's very, very cool. And it holds up very well. Just again, you have to make sure at certain angles, like it won't fit. Because again, this is, it's made for the 91. I'm glad they included the stand because it's just neat to have it, even though it's not perfect fit.
Yep.
So yeah, you can get like the poses with the tail while he's flying too. So King Ghidorah likes to do that. Here's the 1991 King Ghidorah. This is an official release by SH MonsterArts.
Yeah, so that's the original, the first.
The first edition.
Yeah, the first SH MonsterArts King Ghidorah. Yeah, yep. I remember we were all very excited when that was announced.
Yeah, and overall he's pretty well done. I think a lot of people were afraid with the wings, so for the first release, you know, you just have to be very careful. I believe they made improvements for the special color version, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't have it. But I think I read somewhere they may have made improvements so that it's not as fragile.
Mm-hmm. He's very shiny.
Yeah, so so he's pretty shiny. He's not super shiny like the special color version, but overall he's pretty shiny. He's like a kind of like a deeper gold. Maybe a little, yeah, and you can look. He has like the brown eyes, snake-like eyes, like a very, very small pupil. You got the snake-like red tongue.
Yep.
Got tongue articulation, so you can see this mouth. I put the tongue flat. This one I lifted a little bit, just to give it some variation. It did the same with the 64 King Ghidorah. Had different tongue articulation as well. But yeah, you can see like, you know, very fluid, but you know, different paint job and also different version of King Ghidorah.
So the wings look very similar. What do you think?
No, actually, if you look closer.
Oh, well, actually, towards the base. Yeah, towards the base, there's like, yeah, on the 91, yeah, a lot of scales.
Yeah, so 91 has a lot of scales. It's a more like a triangular shape, whereas the 64 is a huge wing.
Oh, okay.
If you can see, like the wing on the 91 is much slimmer.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, slimmer wing.
Yep. Yeah. The tips are more curved on the 64. See, it's curved out, and these are more kind of going towards one direction, and they're similar in size.
Yeah.
But I mean, even this bottom one's very, very large.
Okay, so yeah, definitely different. Different sculpture on the wings.
Yeah, if you look at the body.
So is the body the same or?
Nope, it's also different. You can see
Okay.
This is more straight up.
So okay, let's see here.
The 64 is more straight up.
Looks like he's got like thinner and taller legs.
Yeah. The 91 is more wider legs, more meat. I would say more meat to it. The scales on the 91 are much larger and deeper. The 64, they look like much smaller and flatter scales. They're all very pokey.
Yeah, heads are definitely different.
Yeah, so you can see that.
So it's wild to think that this is like a different sculpture.
Yeah, so you can see in the 91, the horns are longer. The face is like much more big. The head is much more bigger. Whereas the 64 has like fur on the neck. The horns are curved. It has a little crest on the top. You know, teeth are much more larger on the 91.
Yep.
Tongue is very, very snake-like. They both have some horns on the under the jaw. but they both reflect their incarnations from the movies. The horns on the necks, you'll notice, are more spread out on the 91, and they're closer together on the 64.
Yeah, on the neck. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, definitely a different sculpture. Yeah.
So here are the heads side by side. You can see they're both very detailed, and the sculpt is really great for their incarnation counterparts.
But yeah, definitely different. Definitely different sculptures.
Yeah, so there's definitely no recycled parts on the 64 here. So now we have the 2019 with the 64. As we see, the paint is very similar. It might be different on camera, as Heisenberg pointed out. But in person...
Well, now that we got them right next to each other, it looks maybe slightly different. But in person, it looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course, the sculpt is different. But if we look at just the paint job, you'll see the eyes. They share the same paint theme. They both have white eyes with the orange and yellow iris, and then the black pupil.
The tongues are the same color, too.
Yep. So the tongues are the same pink with a little bit of white wash. The noses are also both painted black.
Yeah, they have the same black on the nose, too.
Yeah, so whoever made this, Showa King Ghidorah, chose to use the same, paint from the 2019.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And as you noticed, they didn't paint the horns any different, so they only highlighted, they show a little bit of the yellow. I think you can see a little bit of the yellow on the 2019 horns as well.
Oh yeah, they both have a little bit of lighter highlighting. Yeah, that's also the same.
I've noticed that on the back of, let me see how I can do this, King Ghidorah, there's like a brown stripe.
Yeah. Yep. I see that.
Okay. And the Showa also shares that for some reason, but I think it works well again.
How about that?
Yeah.
So yeah. So they just sort of...
Whatever they did on 2019, they copied onto the 64.
Yeah.
All right, Heisenberg, what do you think of this guy, huh?
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's this is definitely professional, unofficial bootleg SHMA. Yeah. So it's it looks like, I really get the impression that it's basically the same people, or some of the same people, fired up the factory when and
during off hours.
Yeah, during off hours, and made this.
Yeah.
So it's really it's really well done.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very good addition to the collection.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe a few months later or a few years later, we'll see the Tamashii Nation's version of SH MonsterArts King Ghidorah 1964. But in the meantime, you can enjoy this Legend Creations one. Comes with a stand. You can do a lot of cool poses, flying and standing.
Alrighty, so this is Heisenberg
and G Forever, hoping you enjoyed this unofficial Legend Creations King Ghidorah 1964.